What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was going to write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scarcer. So from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories.
Expose, 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 expose. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Expose, 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 expose. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you. Expose, 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 expose. It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Expose myself to you.
Don't worry, by the time I'm done streaming today, that's when YouTube will send out notifications. And I'll have 1,000. But Rich, I just got here. Why are you leaving? Because I've been streaming for 2 fucking hours. And it's not their fault. It's not their fucking fault. It's the notification system. If for some reason it's sending out notifications a lot later, like everyone's saying to me, and I feel bad. It's like, shit, man, I just got here. Why are you leaving? I'm like, dude, because I've been streaming sometimes 3 hours. No, I didn't. Yeah, I saw some of it. Is it the one where he talks about how he's just trying to give different perspectives, but he leaves out that one of the doctors who made the mRNA vaccine has a axe to grind because he feels like he wasn't given enough credit for it? He's like Gallo was with AIDS, where he got into a fight with the French because they wanted to be like who was the first one to find the AIDS virus, or HIV, I should say. So, yeah. Dude, I'm going to talk. I didn't realize it was, because here's the thing. It's not that I haven't had my finger on the pulse. It's just there has been interesting gaming news, you know? So I go back, like, it's always like the order of it is, because I always want to talk about what I'm actually interested in. So I'll go with tech/gaming news first. If there's nothing there, then I'll go on to something like what happened with Ice. But yeah, he just straight up robbed people. I was working on the Wii U today. I was playing Nintendo Land, which is basically a bunch of mini games that you would get on a free app on an iPad. Like, I used to think it was cool, and I went back like, oh, this will actually show like what they could have done with the Wii U game. Like, oh yeah, the Wii U gamepad was a tablet that you couldn't use as a tablet with the game controllers mixed in. It's actually comfortable, but Nintendo Land is not that great. I know some people are going to wholeheartedly disagree with me on that, but I don't know. Like, it was just a weird time in Nintendo's history, man. Very weird. What's up, Jose? I'm glad I'm making your day better. So, what was I doing else today? So I've been working on that. I'm going to start. Is it cold? It's a little bit cold here. We're getting like a couple fucking snowstorms this week, which, I mean, you know, my commute is from my other part of the house to my office. So, you know, I could scratch hopefully there won't be an ice storm in my hallway, but I'm over the fucking winter, man. I'm over the winter. Who's like the rest? Ice Poseidon? Dude, this is amazing. I mean, all these assholes are going to fuck up the legitimate cryptos, man. I mean, people got on me, and all I was doing was talking about what, like, hey, I invested in this, not because I invested in a coin, but dude, I get like at most 1,000 people on a really good day that come to my stream, or like even on a social media, I'll have like max like 200 people like my post. Like, it wasn't that I was It wasn't like I was making like some pump and dump scheme. I'm like, hey, what do you guys think about X, Y? I won't even say him now. I won't even fucking say him. But he straight up made a crypto, told people to invest in it, and then pulled the rug out like a couple weeks later. At least from what I've gathered from what I've seen so far. It's incredible. And then he's like, well, they were dumb to give me their money. I'm paraphrasing. We're going to see exactly out of his own mouth what he said because he was pretty much transparent. But I'm like, and this is why I can't even have a casual conversation about just stuff I'm investing in. Because look at all the, like, because then everyone's like, but Rich, you know, you're another influencer. I'm like, yeah, dude, but I'm just talking about like cryptos that are already out there. You know, I'm not telling you to, and I said, frankly, and I meant it. It wasn't just the disclaimer to cover my own ass. You'd be a moron to invest in something just because I talked about it. You'd be insane. I'll tell you that. You would, hey, Rich, I invested in this because you were talking about it. What the fuck is wrong with you? Did you do any research? No, I just did it because you told. Why? Yeah, I know I'm a fucking peach today. Dude, you did the, if you pulled the rug out for a securities, or if you're insider trading for 500,000, you'd be in jail. It's because there's no regulation on crypto. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just straight up robbed people, man. What did DSP do? What did he do now? People keep on messaging me. They're like, dude, I don't care that he's talking about me. He thinks he thinks whatever he thinks of the lol cow, I guess, because people are like, Rich, he makes fun of you for kissing chickens. I'm like, I don't care. I have freaking relatives that hate what I do. I do review. I don't give a fuck USA. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. You know. So, you ever watch a switch porn because people look like someone you know? No, I haven't had that. Ice is watching. All right. That's cool. You can watch. I mean, but how did I miss some super? Did you see Joe Rogan? Dude, I answered you right away. I answered you from the get-go, bro. For Joe Rogan, I saw some of it. And I explained that he left out the huge asterisk that, like, I had on the doctor that created the mRNA vaccine. Yeah, but Joe, you left out the big part that you should have. Actually, I'm just there asking questions. Okay, but it was fair. I forgot the doctor's name, but it was the one who, I can't think of his fucking name right now because I'm partially stoned. He was one of the creators of the mRNA vaccine. Cool. Okay, that's a pretty credible source. Here's the shit kicker to him, though. He feels very salty that he feels like he wasn't given enough credit, and he feels like, what did he call it, like intellectual property rape or something like that, along those lines. I may be paraphrasing, but it was that extreme. So with that guy, with someone who's that emotional and that angry about it, he's not going to be an unbiased source, Joe. Maybe what he is saying is accurate, but don't you think that's a little tiny piece of bird fucking size information that people may want to know, Joe, before you just go, I'm going to sit here and be a bald asshole and listen to you for an hour? Just a fucking thought, Joe. Just a thought. Again, he may have valid information, but let people know that definitely may color someone's opinion. Don't you think? You seem to have at least a competent. Everyone's like, oh, Joe Rogan's. He ain't that dumb. He's doing a podcast just with a shiny ass bald head staring at people, and he made $100 million doing it. Not knocking his hustle. I mean, you have to work your ass off. I get it, but you get what I'm saying. He's not that stupid. But you can't hide behind. I'm just a guy asking questions. I'm not. You're having people on your show with a platform that has millions of people listening. And they're going to, oh, wow, well, he had a doctor on who, or a scientist on who was the creator or partial creator of the mRNA vaccine. This guy knows what he's talking about. He says the vaccine sucks. Paraphrasing, but decent summary. Don't you think they should know that part, Joe? And that's the thing that bothers me about him, because you used to put people on both sides, their feet to the flames. Old Joe, like you did to Dave Rubin, would have called him out on it. Where's that Joe now? Where did he go? Where did he go? But you can't, everyone has biases. I have biases. You have biases. But when you're sitting here, even with my small audience, okay, in front of a microphone, you got to kind of, especially with important topics like this. Okay, so you can't have these people on spewing this information. Okay, maybe nothing that doctor said was misinformation. Whatever. But that backstory may definitely, without question, color his position. And when you don't bring it up, people are like, what are you doing? You can't just hide behind. You didn't have to go to get a bachelor's in journalism to know that maybe I should look into this guy's backstory before just nodding my head for 2 hours. It's not hard. But here's the thing, though. You're buying into the I'm censored, Sean McNally. I'm not telling him not to have the guy in the show, but you have to have both. You have to put the whole story out there. If I had that guy on my show, I would say, hey, he was the creator of it. He was one of the scientists or doctors who created the mRNA vaccine. However, let this be, and I would have asked him about that. What happened with that? Why did you feel that you were robbed of the credit that was due to you? Does that have any effect on how you may feel now? Like, that's a really big red flag. And you can't, that's the same thing like fucking stupid fucking Gavin McInnes does. Because you're sitting there, like he literally cherry picked parts of, which I watched live, so I know he cherry picked, of January 6th to make it look like it wasn't a big deal. Like you just had that fucking guy who was wearing the hat. He was actually on, I think, that YouTube channel, Channel 5. He got interviewed from jail. Whoa, man, what's going on here, bro? Whoa, bless you, dude. What happened? But God bless, man. Whoa, I have a tattoo around my nipple. Like it can't. That's you just purposely carving out to put out misinformation. And then when you get in trouble for it and you get the platform for it, which I'm very much on the fence about, because all I do, like if Spotify takes off Joe Rogan, first off, he'll just go back to another big platform like YouTube. I don't think they're going to pull an Alex Jones on him. And everyone would be like, oh, see, they just don't want people to know the truth. It's the same. I've talked about this before. We're at 500 people. I'll turn the video on in a second. It's the same fucking mindset as to why I don't take down the troll videos that are putting out fake bullshit about me 99.9% of the time. Because it's like, why are those videos being taken down? Does Rich not want us to know something? This is why the saying, the pen is mightier than the sword, exists. Because once the waters are muddied with misinformation, they'll never clear up again. It's a fucking joke, man. It's a fucking joke. I feel like Sony overpaid. Yeah, I feel that way a little bit too. I feel that way a little bit too. Like, I don't know. I just don't give a fuck about Destiny 2. Dude, how did I miss like 4 super chats? Bird Dad. Because it happens, man. How do you miss the string? It happens, dude. You know, it's like I didn't have the string there in one video. Something must have happened. It was a string. It wasn't like my dick was hanging out. It's not really a big deal. There's times I've had like, now, keep in mind, it's not that I don't give a fuck. Like, there's times I've had a booger in my nose. I had to redo everything. You know what I mean? It's not. No, you didn't ignore me. You didn't annoy me. But that's and I'm not, like, I'm just saying in general, Sean, that's just the thing that I see. Like, oh, when these people, now look, deplatforming, like I said, I have very mixed feelings on it. Generally, I don't agree with it. Because all it does is turn fucking idiots. And I don't want to say Joe Rogan's an idiot. I haven't listened to his podcast. I still like the guy. I don't think he's malicious. I just think that, I don't know, man. Like, I think he gets caught up in stuff and gets a huge boner about it. And then that becomes like what he becomes about. I don't know why I get that vibe from him. But no, it's, but at the same time with like Gavin McGinnis and stuff, it's like, dude, you ain't fucking censored.com. We watched it in a live stream in 4K. I proved that he was a lying piece of shit. It was the meandering. Bro, I was watching it live. Multiple different feeds from multiple different networks on January 6th. It wasn't just a meandering. Like, the only one that tried to not make, like Fox News was like, had their camera like at the bottom of a toilet. Oh, we're covering it live, except we don't want to cover anything because we want to try to downplay this later. Glad Democrats and fence sitters are happy. What are those rights? I'm not even a Democrat, but what are those rights? And I'm not a fence sitter either. Anyway. Only Italians in America, my jaws. Yeah, you missed me and DB's. I was at top. Hey, Rich, I'm contacting you from a year in the future, and I just got to, can I get an, oh, and the cameras, oh, yes, you can. Okay, sorry. I didn't, why did, oh, I know what I did. So you can get it, multiple ones since I missed you. And.
Oh, the camera's on.
No, we're not watching. We might watch Criticals too. How long before Epic make a Steam Deck competitor? I don't know. I mean, there's a bunch of other companies now that can't compete price-wise. Epic may have the pockets deep enough. So yeah, I saw where he responded to his criticism then, Neil. Okay, so let's get this popping. Sorry if I think I answered. If I didn't answer somebody, say it in the comments. I didn't mean to answer people. I don't know if...
The famous live streamer Ice Poseidon just scammed his followers for up to $500,000, and I'm going to prove it. He personally profited $300,000 by stealing money out of a crypto scheme that
he's never going to come back from this. He's never going to come back from this. If he comes back from it and someone bitches about when I have, and I know whatever, different audience, different accountability, but still, if anyone ever complains about where, if they let Ice Poseidon still have some form of relevancy, and then that same person, so it's not you guys, complains about me having an ad in a certain kind of video, fuck off and fly a kite. He said he didn't do anything with the credit cards, that he like scammed or fished or something like that, but because he was afraid to, but he did do it apparently. Yeah, I love how everything, this is why I knew some people who became millionaires off of like Shiba. You know why I never, I'm like, wait, are you really doing a play on the Doge coin? I was like, I can't. The name, I'm like, I know just going by a name is silly, and you should look at the utility. But I was just like, really, you're just Doge, the meme dog, the breed Shiba. Of course they are. I'm just tired. I heard about that story, Beagle Boy, with the Atari. I'm so fucking sick of talking about NFTs. Fuck NFTs. I feel like I'm promoting them. Fuck them. I don't, unless there's like Gabe Newell's bare ass NFT, I'm not talking about them. I would buy that NFT. So Infinite's multiplayer maps are lackluster and forgettable. I wholeheartedly agree. And of the 8 maps, 3 of them are actually good in design with Team Slayer in mind. Dude, it's such a, and it sucks. It's weird because I really love the single player campaign. I keep playing it. I'm kind of surprised. Runs pretty good on the AMD. I won't even just say a brand because I'm using multiple ones. Like I've used the Aya Neo Next, the Aya Neo Pro Retro. I've used the and now I'm using the 1X player. But I've been playing it on that, and it's a solid 30. If you turn off async compute, like the only time it ever dips below 30 on the Aya, or no, not the Aya Neo, it's the 1X player, a 1S, it's the AMD version, is when it's loading something for like dips for a millisecond, but it's in between, like it's just streaming assets for the next part of the map you're going to. Here is your daily super chat where I say so. Keep it up, Rich. We love you, and you are a genuine human. Oh, I could be a dick, but would I ever do something like this? No, man. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I don't. But the thing is, and this is why crypto is going to get slammed. I'm still staying in whatever I'm in. I'm not going to say what I'm in because then, Rich, are you promoting it? No. But yeah, because this is theft. Like if he did this where he took someone's credit card and racked up $500,000, which at that point you'd be probably a multi-billionaire if you had a $500,000 credit card limit, that would be theft. He would go to jail. Did you see that video from Gian about Newegg's terrible? Might be video. Send it to me, man. What the fuck? I'm getting, dude. You know why I'm getting all this fucking news to talk about, and it's still getting done. That's why it's there. And I was working on it today because I have the Wii U video to do. Yeah, but it's like 300. He pocketed like 3. He had to pay developer. What did he says how much he pocketed. Yeah, T-Joe. I'll copy and paste that, man. Newegg has been there was a time they used to piss me off. I actually made a video one time because they pissed me off so much, but really, honestly, I gave them like one more chance. They haven't fucked up with me since. Just keeping it real. But anyway, so let's have a blast here. It's getting fucking hot in this room. This room can get hot on a -10 day.
He set up. And when I confronted Ice Poseidon, who's better.
I love how anything that uses a dog after like, okay, maybe Shiba one day will have some utility. Any crypto that uses a dog, I think it's safe to say that run the fuck away. Now, if he uses a cock, then fine. We're making a bird coin. We're going to make a bird coin, you and me. We're going to get the birds. We're going to make a crypto, do a nice big. We'll do an $800,000 rug pull, you, me, and the birds. I'll get the Tesla. What are you going to get? Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Suicide doors on that one, though. Okay.
Better known by his real name, Paul Danino, about this scam. He was shockingly honest. You want to keep the money that's not yours.
Ban anybody who mentions gastric bypass surgery.
Look here! Look, listen!
That you took from the project, even though you'd failed.
God, you got Man, look at my giant titty. I still have titties, but those are massive moobs. Anyway.
To deliver.
I mean, I'm not really sure what you want me to say, but yeah.
I'm trying to...
Why does why does his hair look like he painted a cockatoo black and taped it to his head? Joe, I fucking love you, brother. Thank you.
Like, get you to return the money because it's 100% still available and you could do that.
Yeah, I could give the money back. It is.
I could, but I won't. I know, dude. It's such a joke. I actually saw Mitch McConnell's trying to put some legislation in place that would prevent like a coup from actually happening. You know, because here is the thing: like the people that are in power, they kind of, whether it's corrupt or not, they kind of want to keep democracy around because it kind of works for them. Like they don't want a coup. Doesn't matter where it's coming from, left, right, in between, from the birds. They don't want a coup. You don't want to have a dear leader because the dear leader is the dear leader and you are fucked in the ass.
It's within my power. But I'm going to look out for myself and not do that.
I'm going to look out for my... So that money you robbed from the bank, we know you robbed the bank for $500,000. Are you going to give the money back from the bank that we could prove that you robbed? Well, I know I could do that, but I just won't. Oh, Ice. Oh, Ice. It's just amazing.
You know, I don't like know what else to
He has very, very straight teeth, though. I give him
say.
that.
That's just the most honest answer.
Now, these influencer scams are becoming more and more common, in part because
Annual reported losses from fraud originating. We're almost at a bill, dude. Then, you know, what makes me so angry about this, and this is why I'm going to make a video on this tomorrow, because it doesn't matter whether you're 100% drama-free like Mortgage Vintage Gamer or Linus Tech Tips. I'm just doing voices right now. I'm fucked up in the head. When people do shit like this, it makes everybody look bad. That's why when I have ads, people are like, "Dude, this guy is a fraud." It's like having a sponsor is not fraudulent unless you're like in some scheme with them, like I'm doing the next CS:GO Lotto, like a fat irrelevant T Martin. Here's hoping someone starts a clash for 2 against Ice Poseidon. Dude, something has to fucking give. This is insane. Let me translate that. I'm not going to give it back because I'm a fucking fossil on the internet. This is going to be the last time I'm going to be... Well, dude, I'm a fossil too. No, that's a lie, bro, because he was still getting more view. I checked in on a stream a few months ago, and he's getting more viewership than me, and I make a decent piece of coin with the streams. So I don't even think it's that. You could not be at peak relevancy and still make a living. I mean, look at Hutch. He streams on Twitch. He does fine. You know, so I don't even... Dude, he just was greed. It just was greed. And I think he was... Maybe his streaming career did completely die. Maybe it's not like I watch Ice Poseidon all the fucking time. You know? Maybe his... And he's like, yo, people already think I'm a piece of shit anyway. Might as well just finish off the job. This is interesting from Sam's Plaza. My uncle sent me an article of a famous psychologist, John Bobley, and when I heard... Why do I hear that fucking name? I know nothing about him, but that name rings a bell. And when I went on Amazon, it recommended me one of his books. Man, they're... Like, was it through... How was the communication? In person? Was it through... I mean, it's still creepy, but it's like 2% less creepy if it was like you were texting or through a messenger app. But if it was just like you were having coffee with him and like your phones were down, that's when the birds start getting nervous.
Because of how easy they are to pull off. Ice Poseidon's scheme apparently took him
Why does it look like he's in like a mixture of like a cyberpunk room and like a room from BioShock Infinite?
only 2 weeks of work to set up before he apparently...
Yeah, because you just take the framework for like Ethereum or the ETH20, whatever the fuck. I don't know them. I don't know anything about making a crypto. And then you just put like a veneer on it, and it's like, yo, here's the Ice Poseidon bird coin.
got bored with the project and decided to stop working on it and just took the money.
Like, seriously, how long did you work? I'm just curious.
Like, did you think that Ice Poseidon was going to do anything else? Look, I'm not saying I'm like the world leader in not making promises and not keeping them. I do it. Well, I keep a lot of them, but the dates I promise them, I kind of, to put it nicely, suck dick at. Okay, so at least it was. It's still terrible that they spy on your shit, but it's better. Like, I've had it where I wasn't on my phone. I was like talking to intro guy or what, like, and it's just like then on my phone. We were talking in person. It's like, oh wow, assless chaps with a butt plug.
Well, like you said, it was a fork, so I don't know, a couple weeks.
Couple weeks, $300,000. It's a nice chunk of change.
Now, I pleaded with Paul, or Ice
The Jonas Brothers? I don't know if I know that one.
Poseidon, to return the money that he stole, in part appealing to the guilt.
Well, dude, if he did it, the thing I say, I like CoffeeZilla. I actually like this video quite a bit too. He was very well put together, but he's not a nice guy. He's not. Hey, will you just give it back? No. No. He knew what he was doing. Of course he's not going to give it back. I'm actually shocked he's being this brazen, just straight up talking about it. Like, I mean, obviously you knew what you were doing going into it, Ice, Paul. You knew what you were doing. Like, shh. Don't you think? I mean, the thing is, it's unregulated right now, so... Oh, yeah, that 2D. That one is one I completely fucking just slept on. Richie Masucci scared me out of coffee. Ralph. Oh, Ralph. Imagine I got phone calls from him starting up like tomorrow or something.
Guilt that he was taking money from his fans who were all much worse off than him. Ice Poseidon's response was that he didn't like how that made him sound.
I don't know if you're aware of the fact that your average fan has way less money than you. So you're just taking from poor people. Like, you understand that, right?
That is definitely not... That is not a good way to put it.
That is... there could be a context. Like, why are you saying that his fans are wanting? I guess if you want me to be objective here, I mean, there may be some motherfucker here who makes like $2 million. I don't know that. I have a broad audience. So I maybe that's what I don't think his intention here. He knows what like, dude, you know, like there's probably some kid who gave you like $5 for this coin that his mom allowed him through PayPal to give you or whatever, you know. But I guess if you want to look at it from both perspectives, I kind of get it. But it was probably naive kids, because would you trust a crypto from that man with a dead cockatoo on his head?
It's a pretty shitty way to put it, my dude.
I think it's a pretty shitty thing to do.
From the very beginning, this story shocked me, but especially the twist at the end that I can't tell you about yet. But what I can tell you is that this is my most in-depth investigation yet into influencer greed, cryptocurrencies gone wrong, and the blockchain. Now, I know it's been a while, so let me remind you, this is the $10 million studio. I'm your host, CoffeeZilla, the internet detective, and well, it's good to be back. In order to understand what happened with Ice Poseidon, we have to rewind the clocks back. The story started when Ice Poseidon first got into crypto.
I invest in a lot of the like shit coin, like a lot of the you put money in.
When did that happen? Called David Pakman a predator? He's, as much as I think people are too judgmental of the sponsors that influencers on YouTube get, he does push the sketchiness factor. He was pushing a crypto. Yeah. Does he smoke cigarettes, Ice? He looks like he would.
And then you sell in like 20 minutes when it pumps.
Ice Poseidon
Genovi has a new Miko video up. All right. Maybe we'll watch that after, depending on how long it takes.
first got into crypto just buying a lot of meme coins. But like many influencers, he quickly realized gambling on another person's coin is a sucker's game. The fast, easy money is actually in getting other people to gamble on your coin. Now, this moment is important. It's the moment Ice Poseidon realized what a gold mine it could be to start his own scam.
You're telling me I could create a CXCoin and then people could buy it because I could say that the community.
Didn't he literally end up calling it later on? Like, this is before he even did anything.
Is super strong, and then I could sell it in 10 seconds and make $10 million. What the am I doing?
Ice Poseidon would later say that the clip you just watched was a joke, and that the idea of him scamming his fans was just a bit he played up for the audience. But that core idea
came to reality.
that he was missing out on a huge opportunity to
Why is he showing B-roll of, like, Filthy Frank with sweat on his forehead?
make a ton of money was real, and it nagged at him. And pretty soon, he decided to start his own coin.
CXCoin is the one to choose. I'm the founder.
Is he really doing like a softcore porn with a washed up diet soda version of Pauly Shore and trying to make it serious to get you into his coin? Yes, he is. Yes. That man with the long hair is looking nervously at him like he has woke up with Ice's fingers in his asshole while he was sleeping. Is it? Maybe we'll have to watch that. Oh, well, it'll probably get copyrighted because it's Chris Hansen, and I copyright claim anything.
Founders.
He'll probably copyright claim this fucking stream now because I mentioned it.
CXCoin. My name's Paul Zanino, and I decided to make a community-driven token that I'm personally.
Why does he look like... This man looks so frightened.
Going to be a part of.
Now, almost immediately, this got a lot of attention. Obviously, given
What's
his
up,
past
Guts?
comments about sort of scamming people, people were understandably skeptical of this. And it came out right after saying,
Yes, this guy's fucking coin. What was it? All these fucking people. Yo, they're so brazen. I feel like I have to explain myself if I have more than like 3 or 4 sponsors a month. These motherfuckers are like, yo, I rug pulled you. And then like people forget about it. It's so weird how different audiences have, I guess because they have a younger, like, I don't know about, well, yeah, he probably has a younger audience. Ice Poseidon. But I guess because they're younger, like they're just like, oh, that's okay. You could steal $2 million, FaZe Ferret. Whatever the fuck his name is. What is with his hair? What is And you know, I don't, even if I had long fucking luxurious flowing fucking goddamn fucking cock-sucking locks, that I would still shave my head. I don't care. But what is that on his head? It has died. It is past its expiration date. Shave it the fuck off! I should start FaZe Poultry. We're going to start a Major League Gaming league, birds. I forget about you because your ass is so big. Birds. Like, what is with the fucking... Like, is that, like, the thing? And it was always there. Why is it like always the trending hairstyles, even in like the 80s? The mullet looks like a dead skunk on your head. Like every fucking hairstyle. Like the flock of seagulls. Then in the mid 90s, like every teenage kid had their hair parted in the center. It literally looked like two birds were flying on their fucking heads when they ran. Intro guy used to literally have that haircut. Like, I would be stressed out if that thing died on my head, too. He looks stressed. He's not stressed about scamming you for a crypto. He's stressed because whatever he taped on his head.
Save the kids, and you would have thought.
If you haven't heard of the squid, it was a pretty big scheme. You could buy it, but you could never sell. They literally said, yo, just give me money. I don't know anything about it, but if that's true, it's like, yo, give me money. You ain't getting it back. But it's named after a really popular TV show.
Thought that myself and other people like Nodahar would have talked about this whole thing, but Ice Poseidon was working incredibly hard behind the scenes, which is something I need you guys to understand. He was contacting people like myself and pleading with us that he was just joking back then and he was serious.
Why would you trust him? Why?
About this coin. He wasn't about to pull off a scam like...
You may have saved, like, people $500,000. Oh, it's not a scam, even though I said I would scam people and have been... didn't he admit a while back to trying something with credit cards?
Save the kids. He was different. He even mentioned in live streams that Save the Kids was going to make what he was about to do much harder.
I know about the phase coin, Steezy. That's why I'm trying my best to be as transparent as possible. I've been working on this for like a month now, and I wasn't going to let that drama stop me, but it definitely makes it a little bit more difficult.
Ice Poseidon repeatedly told skeptics that he couldn't rug this coin if he wanted to. He had locked all his money up in a smart contract. He told me that in DMs. He said, don't worry, no rug here. All the money is locked. Lol. And look, I have to admit, I was busy at the time with some other investigations and I gave him the benefit of the doubt, something that I obviously regret now. But periodically I would hear,
I don't know this guy, but let me translate for that YouTuber. I had other stories at the time that probably would get more viewership, so at this point I didn't really care. Just translating the language for you. Just keeping it real. I've done it too, so I'm not throwing any shade. Just I'm being your Google Translate of YouTubers.
Complaints from his community that they thought something was off, but every time I'd go to Ice, he would immediately respond. Just immediately. And he always gave me some...
Yeah, because he wanted to make sure he stayed on the good side with you so you didn't make this video earlier. Kind of worked, too. It was well played. He was able to get the shitcoin out. He was able to get dumbasses to invest in it. He kept you at bay so you didn't put out any FUD, which was valid FUD, about the coin. It made his cash pool bigger. That's why he kept talking to you. And it worked. You didn't make the video for a while. He was actually... He's a degenerate for doing it, but he was smart.
Something that sort of sounded reasonable, and I later learned he was doing the same thing with everyone who said something negative about CXCoin. In fact, he got a Dextero article killed about CXCoin being a scam. I mean, I even asked him about this at the time, and he said this. Dextero article went up and then down? Did you see that? Yeah.
Yeah, I emailed Dex proof I wasn't, so leaving that up, quoting a Twitter with 2 likes is a bit unfair to me.
Yeah, I emailed Dex proof I wasn't scamming. So leaving that up, quoting a Twitter with 2 likes is a...
How do you email proof of that? Are you like Mike Lindell? I'm going to show the data packets. How are you going to prove it? Like, come on, man. so ridiculous. There's going to be a spray tan nipple coin coming soon. I'm surprised he hasn't done a crypto yet.
It's a bit unfair to me. The point I'm trying to make is he was playing the PR game hard, telling everybody he was different. He even gave me his wallet addresses and told me to hold him accountable. He wasn't going to do anything shady. And everyone sort of felt like, okay, maybe he's doing something different. You know, maybe everything he's been saying was, you know, just a joke.
Because, dude, if I see $1 million, I'm selling. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna be like, I'll hold for you guys, bro. I see $1 million in my portfolio, I'm out.
Not gonna lie. That looks bad, but I'm gonna be really generous here and give Ice the benefit of the doubt. That clip probably was a joke, and it was probably made before he was actually thinking about making CXCoin into a real thing.
Now, as time moved on, I and many other people sort of forgot about CXCoin until January, when I decided to take a break for a little while. And while I was off, I couldn't help but feel that there was something else going on. I just had a hunch I had to look back. So with my free time, I joined the CXCoin Telegram and started tracing back the wallets that Ice Poseidon had given me so transparently. And pretty soon I found out that, well, he gave me the wrong crypto wallets. Whoops. He gave me the DX Sale wallet instead of his personal wallet, which didn't tell me anything. For example, one of those things he didn't tell me was the fact that he took out $200,000 from the liquidity pool at the very beginning, which is directly at odds with what Ice Poseidon told me himself when I asked. He said, don't worry, all the money is locked up, except for $200,000, I guess. But it also hid another story, which was the misappropriation of the so-called marketing wallet. Now, according to CXCoin's own white paper, the marketing wallet was to be used exclusively to, quote, fund marketing campaigns in the cryptocurrency market. But in the Telegram, there was another story going on. Ice Poseidon was complaining that he had spent money on an ad campaign and it just hadn't helped. Quote, we spent
Oh, yeah, dude, he made his own. Like, he's like, all right, I don't want to trust someone else's crypto or wait for some other shit coin that Elon Musk may say gave him an erection. He's like, I'm going to make my own. And now he's going to invest in some legitimate crypto. If right now there's a fire sale on those cryptos too, so you buy it, you know the market's gonna go up again. Even if there is regulation, it may tank, but if you stay in or day trade it or whatever, you can make plenty of money on legitimate cryptos. He's gonna go put it. I think he said he put it in Ethereum. He's gonna sit. Ethereum's on a fucking sale right now. He's gonna put it in Ethereum. And then Ethereum, I'm sure a few years from now, is going to there's going to be another crypto boom. And he'll be, him and his cockatoo in his head will be walking off into the sunset. Bro, I'm in the wrong business, man. I got to stop having morality and start farting in jars and making shit coins. That's it. We're done with this YouTube stuff. We're going on to Pornhub, bird.
$53K on a BTOC, and it hasn't really helped. The wallet is limited. He berated people who complained. You want me to spend $30K on stuff that doesn't help? Or you want me to think about the best ways to use marketing money?
Like, does he seem like he's qualified? Like, come on.
Exactly. You can't use the marketing money on, well, you know, marketing. Instead,
we're going to make Cornhub. Yep, there you go. Where he pecks corn out of holes. It'll be like the OnlyFans, but it'll be only birds. Only birds.
The money seemed to go somewhere else. Shortly after this coin launched, Ice Poseidon bought himself a brand new Tesla.
Oh, that is such bad optics. Even like if you made that money from your streams to buy a Tesla, Ice. First off, with how you get like swatted almost ever, or used to anyway, get swatted, why would you show them what car you're getting? Why would you flex that? I don't want anyone knowing shit about me. You know what I'm saying? I like even letting people I knew buy the house, especially with what the virgining fucking did. Putting out lies there about it. I didn't want anyone to know that. but I was stupid and said it. Why would you show? Why would you show that fucking car?
Video was published July 24th, and as he says, he bought it a week ago, putting it right around the time that he launched the coin and realized he had suddenly gotten a lot of money to his name. But I'm sure all that money is locked up, right? Apparently not. And here's the interesting thing. The longer things went on...
Well, depending on what Tesla, that thing could have been 100 grand plus easily.
Ice Poseidon just sort of gotten more and more brazen with the way he used the money, right? At first, it was just sort of sitting around. Then he started sending it to cash out wallets. And eventually I calculated that there's roughly $250,000 missing from that marketing wallet. But that's not all. Ice Poseidon had tricked his followers at this point by getting them to buy into a vision of a long-term project.
Like, you don't think that any of his haters, especially with this information out there, are not gonna look for Mr. Paul's fucking red Tesla somewhere and then try to like urinate all over it? Like, why would you show that? And especially, even if you didn't do anything with this crypto, why would you show them what car you have? And why would you show them you getting an expensive fucking car after you just launched a crypto? It looks so awful. Like, what were you fucking thinking? Oh, man, the internet. People impress me every day, Bird.
The whole idea was that this was going to be a donation.
Nah, I think that looked like the bigger one. The bigger Tesla pulse attack. Yeah, Lyoko, I mean, I think I answered you before, but it's... He basically said exactly, like, yo, I'm going to make my own crypto and just junk it. Like, why would you... Who invested? I have to see the people that invested in this. I wish I could, I should say, anyway. Because they can't... Like, you... First off, just his character alone, what is known about him, like, why would you... You know, he's not Warren Buffett. You know what I'm saying? And then... Like, you know, he said something like that and didn't seem like he's being sarcastic, that he would totally rug pull a crypto. And then he does a crypto, asks you to invest in it, and rug pulls it. Please don't tell me that you were fucking shocked. Please don't. Because you know it's not true. If you were shocked, you are fucking stupid. But
platform for streamers, and that it would take a while to build. He kept reiterating this.
Like, who's going to work with Ice anyway? He got banned from Twitch. Are they going to take CXCoin on a platform he was fucking banned on? Oh, man, you can't make this shit up. This is like...
Again and again.
I mean, this is a long-term project. I'm trying to, you know, we're making a donation platform, so I'm going to put that on my stream, and this coin will just be around for the entirety of my streams.
He said this a lot in the Telegram, too. You know this is long-term, right? Thanks, guys. I assume everyone is...
Well, he was saying it because he wanted to get as many people in so he could get a bigger, juicier rug pull. Did you know that Obama follows gay on Twitter? I thought it was part of the O is gay, but I looked it up and it was... Okay. There has to be, like, he wouldn't just be like, hey, I'm following guys with big hard cocks. Hope everyone sees. Like, I'm not a fan of Obama, but it's common sense. Like I'm following some of the titty Twitter girls. I'll admit it, but I know that you could see it. You know what I mean? I have nothing to hide. You know, I don't think that he would just be like, here's the guys that I want to fuck me in the ass that I follow on Twitter. You know, it's too blatant. Just doesn't make sense.
Is in it for the long haul. Anyone who invests in something should know this was a long-term project, so 1 week is not going to see results. Now later I would find out this was a lie. Ice Poseidon did not see this as a long-term project. He actually gave up after 2 weeks. But I think I'm getting a little ahead of myself. The point is, Ice was getting brazen. He was increasingly intolerant of people who called him a scammer.
What does this man have to do with anything? Why is there a man rubbing his finger across his lips? I don't know this man. Is this just like a B-roll that you got to do? Like, I need a man. I need a man to stare intensely at absolutely nothing. Like, for all, like, who is this man? What is he staring at? He could be staring at my asshole that intensely for all we know. Like, what is this man staring at? This is literally a man staring at a thing, and we have nothing else behind it. He is just a distressed-looking man. Is that where the B-roll fits in? The man is distressed? Okay. All right, we have a man. We're that guy who got 150 videos taken. Well, unfortunately, Nintendo decided to top that by sending 3,500 takedowns to Gilva Summit in a week. Penguin Zero has made a video. I review. I'm basically going to be the... Jesus. Birds. Because that they've lost their fucking minds. I got to talk about it. And before everyone's like, oh my God, Rich, you're covering this 12 hours later. You should just quit YouTube. He's looking at Obama's Twitter. He's like, wait a second. Why is President Obama following a bunch of men with big hard cocks who work in gay porn? Conspiracies. So Instagram will follow accounts in your account without telling. I follow. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Obama does like the dick too. I'm not saying he doesn't. I don't know. I don't know the man. He was my president, but I don't know him. I didn't even vote for the fucking guy. So maybe he is dick crazy. But even if he is dick crazy, I don't think he'd be following his favorite dicks on social media for the entire fucking world to see. Just saying. So, yeah, Lyoko, you have a very good point. Like, who the, dude, I don't know, man. I don't even know everyone that I follow, too. You know what I'm saying?
They just hadn't done their research.
Like, I may be following Gabe Newell's nipple account, and I don't even know it.
Even brought my name into it, saying he had talked to CoffeeZilla, maybe implying that I had cleared him.
And I've talked to these fucking people, CoffeeZilla. I've talked to these guys. I showed them the coin. I showed them everything. And, you know, they're giving me the benefit of the doubt. So obviously they would call me out if
you hushed them. I know exactly what you did. You hushed them.
If it was a scam.
Now, I'm going to be honest, this really pissed me off. Ice Poseidon was using my name to try to imply that he was legit, when in actuality, he had just fed me false information about his coin and begged me not to talk about it. But amazingly, the final piece of this puzzle wouldn't fall into place until a few days ago. As I said, Ice had been getting more and more bold.
Another random man. What are these random men? I'm getting tired of the random. These men make no sense. I think these are the men that Obama follows. We're going to have to look into this, Bird. Gonna have to get Alex Jones on this one. Yeah. Yeah. Male vitality, Bird. Male vitality.
Thinking, I guess, that he had gotten away with this. And on January 22nd, 2022, using his wallet that he didn't tell me about, He drained the liquidity pool, essentially killing his own coin and taking the money from his investors. To be specific, he drained about 90% of the funds, which is about $300,000. Now, for important context, liquidity pools are how you get money out of crypto, right? You can't just cash out a coin like CXCoin, right? You can't buy groceries with it. Someone has to be willing to trade you that coin for something that, sort of has value. So coins like this rely on something called liquidity pools, a big sort of pot of money. And what Ice Poseidon did, using the fact that he created this coin,
it's just like, who are these random dudes and what are they doing? Like, I could use that same exact footage. So I was going to the grocery store and pre-ordered everything online. Here's a man staring at a fucking computer. Ah, nothing like a man staring at a computer, huh? MGK got murdered so hard by Eminem that he tried switching to the rock genre. Well, didn't he do rock before? He's not a bad rapper. It's not my style, but he's not a bad rapper.
He rug pulled 90% of that from his community, which meant that that's $300,000 that his investors would not be able to get back out. And at this point, I simply had had enough. This was a scam. He had lied to me from the beginning, and he had lied to others about it, and I wanted to confront him, but I couldn't let him know that I knew anything. Otherwise, he wouldn't pick up the call. So I simply told him I wanted to chat, and to my surprise, he agreed. And so on the 26th of January, we had the call you're about to see. And mind you, I'm expecting him sort of to deny everything, like who would take credit for this? Well, Ice would, I guess.
It looks like the coin got rugged. You know anything about that?
Yeah. Not rugged, but,
Well, someone pulled all the
fucking hair.
liquidity out. That's a rug, right?
That would be a rug, yes. But there is still liquidity in there.
40K got left and 300K got ripped out or something like that?
That is a rug pull, Paul. What, because you left 40 grand in? That's like leaving the piece of the rug that the Germans pissed on when the kidnappers pissed on when they went to the Big Lebowski's house, man. The dude's house. Would you just leave the little pee part of the rug? You pulled the rest. It's a nice fucking rug, man.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened.
Right. Are you laughing? Is that funny?
Dude.
No.
You're hearing this right. He's admitting he took out 90% of the money, but that's not a rug pull, apparently. He had to.
I always say innocent until proven guilty, but he's just like straight up saying, yeah, I did it. That's yeah, I took out but I left. I took out almost 300,000, but I left. No, dude, that's a rug pull. You killed the coin. And then any confidence that anyone had in the coin, which why they would have confidence in a coin that he made anyway, is beyond me. It's just gonna destroy it.
To do it after.
You do the same thing that like the multi-billion-dollar whales and like all the other coins do. Like they're like, oh, all the dumbass retail investors who day trade or hoping that they make $1 million tomorrow with, there's some FOMO for those coins right now. Price of the coin goes up. Same with stocks, too. Same with stocks. And then it's like, so all the whales who got in low, all the retail investors make the coin inflate. They're sitting there making bank. They have the most assets in whatever crypto, so they pull out, taking everyone's money with them, and they pull the rug. He essentially did the same thing. Just he doesn't have like Elon Musk money. He has a dead cockatoo in his fucking head money. In a Ben Shapiro ad for a book series called Conservakid, and I'm not kidding, an 8-year-old kid called out Ben's BS on taxes. You shouldn't tax me, I'm rich, and I've never stuck my dick in an actual wet vagina. What's a wet-ass pussy? Anyway. Holy fuck, you're a bird. All right.
The crypto markets were crashing, and if he didn't take out the money, who would?
The crypto market is crashing, and the $300,000 is in there. There's two options, right? Leave the money in there, and then if BNB goes down to like $100, the money goes to shit anyways, or I could take it, and the money is not just going to dust.
The money wouldn't go to your coin is not gonna trend the way the other cryptos, dude. You're not on Coinbase. You're not on. It's not like there's some algorithm connecting your crypto with the other one. They have these bots that automatically buy and sell. What do you do? Stop it. There was no need except your own greed. Yes, that rhymed. To do this, bro. You're silly, dude. I'm not a crypto genius at all. I'm a crypto moron, but I know enough to know that you're full of ass. Full of ass. I don't have a chin. Don't have a chin.
The money would have never gone to dust. I mean, it just would go back to the investors when they sold out, when you told them, hey guys, I'm no longer interested in this project. I wiped my hands of it. You know, you got your 50K in, you got your 50K out, you're good, right? You didn't deliver. This is not your money. I can't believe you keep thinking of it as your money that's going away. That's your investors' money, and it should be their decision what they do with it.
Okay, I mean, that's a fair point.
That's a fair point. No, it's not. If you did this with a stock, if you did this with a security, if you did this with anything else, you'd be in jail because it's regulated. You literally just digitally robbed a whole bunch of people. Oh, fuck, man.
Fair point. Yet, despite all these fair points I kept making, every time...
Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the fucking money, dickhead? It's down there somewhere. Let me take another look. When he puts his head in the toilet, yes. Dude, it's the shameless ones which always win, bro. It's the shame, like the woman... I mean, she's gorgeous too, but I wouldn't buy her fart. But there are a lot of people that are so fucking weird that they would spend $1,000 to have the chance to sniff her fucking fart. And if it's not even going to be in there, unless there's like some shrapnel because she has a wet fart, you are not getting any of her ass treasure. No ass treasure. But, you know, like I said, I even feel weird being on Cameo. You can make the argument, but Rich, you do like the shirtless thing for $50 because it started as a meme. Yeah, I get it. But I don't know. I feel weird doing any of that shit.
ICE got cornered about the fact that he was basically stealing from his investors. He slowly pivoted his language from, oh, this isn't a rug pull, to more like, well, the investors deserved it. He said, they believe too.
Yeah, and it's going to get regulated to hell, and the same crypto bros that were fucking doing the rug pulls will be the ones to decry it. Of course, because they're like, hey, I love this unregulated. I get to fucking rob people. Yeah, that's you just robbed me. That's a fair point. Yes, no, you did.
Too much in his project and his word.
I invest in crypto, Paul. Like, again, I know the bare minimum, but you are this is the textbook of a rug pull, dude. You did exactly what FaZe also has a dead animal on his head did.
They're like, part of the responsibility is on them as well for being, putting too much emotion into it.
Now, look, I want to be clear. I agree that investing in any influencer coin is idiotic, but
yeah, that is an understatement. But it's like, you made the coin and you're saying, yeah, you stupid fucks trusted me. Oh, man. And it's shit like that that ends up giving me a headache with people because there's, oh, Rich has a new sponsor. I wonder if Rich has this, Rich, like, and it's not just me, it's the entire, everybody deals with it because, you know, you have the village idiots that make everyone look bad.
The logic here seems to be insane. They believed me, so it's okay I scammed them? I asked ICE about this.
I don't know if you're trying to say they deserve it. You're saying they owe some responsibility. I agree they owe some responsibility, but do they deserve to get ripped off?
Well, dude, I understand with stocks there's regulation, and on top of it too, it's the companies in their best interest to get your return and profit. But it's all like a fucking casino at the end of the day, man. You know what I mean? It's all like a casino, and it's rigged all around. The house always wins.
No, I mean, nobody deserves that.
It's just what happened, though.
Like I said, sometimes you have to look out for yourself. I don't really know how else you want me to put it. I mean, you could say it in all these different ways to make it sound as horrible as possible. And you know what? I can agree with you on some of those things. I just don't like to put it in those specific ways because it makes it sound like that was the intention from the start, which it wasn't.
And there it is.
It's like Hitler saying, well, they elected me. That's a good point. Well, they elected me, so it's their fault I'm an absolutely horrific person that wants to extinguish the lives of millions of people. Rich, any advice on getting a job? Have a bird with you. Just be yourself. You know, I mean, don't scratch your nuts and fart, but be yourself and just show enthusiasm and professionalism, man. But be genuine, though. People could smell fakeness.
It is the final refuge of every scammer. I started with good intentions. I meant to do the right thing. But I kept reminding Ice Poseidon or Paul or whatever, like his excuses made no sense because it wasn't as if the money was gone. It wasn't as if it had vanished. He still had it and could return it at any point. He doesn't have to go down as the scammer.
So I don't know why you're acting like it has to end.
Yeah, Lyoko. I don't know.
With like you being the bad guy here. That's not what I'm trying.
Rasta, how are you?
To do at all. I'm trying to like get you to return the money because it's 100.
He's not gonna, dude. If he did this as a rug pull, he's not gonna be. We're not the law. I'm gonna talk about it too. But you think ICE gives zero fucks? Like he obviously did this to fucking rob people. Do you think he's gonna go, oh well, Rich at ReviewTechUSA doesn't agree, so I guess I'm returning everything. He did it knowing what he was gonna do.
100% still available, and
Holy
you could
fuck.
do that. So that's what I'm not understanding is I want to get to that point. I don't think we're going to get there.
If you want the answer, yeah, I could give the money back. It is within my power. But
I'm not going to do that.
I'm going to look out for myself and not do that.
I would give the money back, but I don't have to. There's nothing legally binding me yet to do so. It's like this is why I think like people are being so brazen about it because they know that the regulation's coming. That's people are going to be going to jail for like 20 years for doing this. It's just not there yet. The laws haven't caught up yet. I could return the money, but the whole point of me doing this was to steal from people, so I stole from them, and mission fucking accomplished. Dude, Whoopi Goldberg's been saying stupid shit since, like, I can remember, like, literally the 90s. Well, you know, that's just, like, your opinion, man. Yeah, pretty. He's like, I could return the money, but I don't want to.
You know, I don't like know what else to say. That's just the most honest answer.
Now, I do believe he's being honest here. I believe this is the most mask off anybody's ever been on my channel. Most of the time when you get these guys on the phone, they just try to deflect and dodge. I don't think that's happening here. ICE is being 100% transparent, and I realized it was a unique opportunity to get the full story of how these scams work. Ice Poseidon proceeded to walk me through the details on exactly how long it takes to whip up an influencer scam like this and the profits you can expect from it.
Can you tell me how much money you made off this? I'll just call it a scam. I know you don't want to call it a scam, but it is a scam. So what did you make off this?
Well, I got 55%, and then 45% went to my developers. So I don't know, probably like 300,000.
Nice. What a good profit from doing. I mean, how long did you work on this project? Like, seriously.
Keep in mind the IRS is getting like 50% of that. So he's like at like 150.
Seriously, how long did you work? I'm just curious.
Well, like you said, it was a fork, so I don't know, a couple weeks.
What do you plan to do with the money?
Invest into crypto, Ethereum mainly.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, he's gonna become a millionaire because of this. There's no regulation yet, so he's not legally binded yet to do anything. He doesn't care if it ruins whatever little credibility he had left. He's gonna become a millionaire. You think Leafy is giving? I mean, I'm sure he wants to, be in the spotlight again. But do you think? I mean, from one chinless man to another, do you think that chinless fuck does? He's invested in shit. His money's making him money. He's sitting home, stroking his cock and looking at pictures of Pokemon. Oh yeah, didn't he like not pay his taxes for years? I don't know how people do that and sleep at night. I like being in the government's good graces, so I let them fuck me in the ass every fucking year, every quarter. My mom watches The View and Whoopi makes constant bad takes, yet she's against Trump. I can't. I like my IQ staying at the level that it's at, so I avoid the View. That's all I'll say.
For 2 weeks of work, forking someone else's program, you can get $300,000, which annualized is a pay rate of $7.8 million per year if he would just scam every 2 weeks.
Yeah, but you can't scam her. Like, no one's going to... I'm shocked anyone trust him even at this point, but no one's going to trust him ever again. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he could do a scam like this every 2 weeks. Unless he's Donald Trump, then... By Trump Steaks, Trump Airlines, believe me, they're going to just go through the roof. I'm going to make my own social media platform that's going to look like MySpace in 2004.
It's not hard to see the appeal, obviously, but what blew my mind is that he hadn't gotten away with this. Like, he got caught red-handed, and somehow, I guess I was just expecting him to go, oh, well, okay, I guess I'll return the money now. But no, he just kept doubling down.
You are deciding to do the shitty thing. You know that, and you're still doubling down.
I am doubling down. Do you not agree, though, some of the responsibility is on people who, if you're still holding something that's inactive for months, like, sure, okay, maybe they, have faith in me, whatever, but that's not a...
Maybe they had faith in me, whatever. Who cares about my actual credibility and my reputation? I'm just going to use this money, invest in another valid crypto. Probably I'm sure, look, there's going to be another crypto boom, even if there's regulation that comes in. It's whatever you think crypto's a scam or not. Yes, there's going to be plenty of coins that are going to be deemed to scam, the majority of them, but it ain't going. But he's going to invest. Ethereum ain't going anywhere. Bitcoin itself isn't going anywhere. He's going to dump his money and shit like that. Keep some for himself, enough to live. I'm sure people will still watch his streams after this. He'll make enough to live, and then those will blow up in a couple of years, and him and his dead cockatoo in his head will have a yacht. Holy crap. Yeah, I mean, Truth Social is a scam. Trump's media platform. I had the most tremendous social media platform. For some reason, it was worth billions of dollars, and not a fucking person I know was on it. I don't understand. How does that even, I don't know.
That's your fans, dude. That's your fans. These are people who followed you since they were kids. They admire you. They look up.
They're still kids.
Up to you. That's the people you're saying, well, that's their fault.
I honestly couldn't believe what he was saying here. Not that he didn't care. I'm kind of used to that. But he clearly expects zero consequences for his actions, right? And
there is, I think this may ruin him, at least working in social, at least doing this ever again. But there's a chance it may not. It's amazing. Like, if you, there's just like, even who's FaZe Flock of fucking Seagulls? He's still doing his thing, right? Or did they kick him out? Like, was there true consequences to that? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's weird. There's there's certain creators that people, and I'm not in the worst camp with that, people hold me more accountable than other YouTubers, but I'm not. There's people who they hold people super high. But then there's other people, like, they could, like, oh wow, you blew up a nuclear bomb in the middle of Times Square and millions of people died, and for some reason you're not in prison. Totally still gonna watch you. It's weird. Like, there's certain people, I guess maybe, I don't know, people enjoy that they're terrible human beings. Maybe that's it.
It's made me think that at least part of the reason for this might be because stories like Save the Kids, which got huge press, ultimately nothing happened. Don't get me wrong, it's important to get these stories out there anyway. But you have to understand the inner workings of the greedy influencer. When you don't have law enforcement consequences for what is essentially...
Who is this man? With another random man in a suit talking about something.
Theft and fraud. You end up with people like Ice Poseidon realizing they can do the same without consequence. And I'm not merely speculating here. This clip you're about to watch is of Ice Poseidon discussing with his partner, Moises, what happened to Sam Pepper, one of the leaders of Save the Kid. They don't talk as if he's a cautionary tale, but instead as if Sam Pepper had won, as if Sam Pepper had beat the system. He stole money and he got away with it.
I mean, I did watch that CoffeeZilla video. I think Sam's a fucking millionaire now. So I think he still succeeded me. Although he got it in a very poor way. He made up like a bandit, bro.
Sam's probably a fucking lower life. Probably has like 3 million crypto. The dude broke his lease.
If you got
on his Tesla, the dude paid like, what was it, 10 stacks to break his lease.
I don't know. Yeah, if you're breaking your lease and leaving the country, I mean, you
he flew first class to Europe.
If he really felt the need to do all that, then he probably made plenty of money.
I heard
Sam Pepper scammed people, but because he did it without going to jail, he's successful. He got away with it. That's how these people think. So is it any wonder when Ice Poseidon is caught also stealing money, his response is, oh, well, I'm just going to look out for number one. It's their fault for getting scammed. They shouldn't have believed me. He's just so obviously not afraid of getting caught. And why would he? In fact, I asked him about this fact, whether these things should be prosecuted. And he...
Yeah, like, why do people care about the Kardashians and shit? I don't understand. They just, okay, they're mostly attractive women, but who gives a shit? They're just people. What does Kim Kardashian do that makes her exceptional? Like, only in the States. And it's so weird. Like, I don't see other celebrities usually coming like this from other countries. Like, in the States, it just shows how you could market something and it could be successful if you just have the right push behind it. Like, I don't give a shit about the Kardashians. I could give less of a fuck about them. But yet there's people that are obsessed with them. Those people probably have 20 IQs, but they are obsessed. So
he seemed to think that this was a wild idea.
Do you think the FBI should get involved with cases like this, or like the SEC, or do you think like people like you should be prosecuted?
No.
I can't say this enough. These guys aren't scared. They think they can do whatever they want. They'll just fork a coin, take $300,000, another $200,000, another $250K, and walk away, and screw you. What are you going to do about it? Oh, and by the way, in case you thought that this was just a matter of Ice Poseidon messing up once, I actually found old clips of him admitting to what seems to be some kind of credit card phishing scam.
I fished credit cards back when I was younger, dude. I didn't do anything with the credit cards because I was like afraid of going to jail.
But that time he didn't go through with it because...
How old was he though? I mean, that's terrible to do, but if he was like 15... and didn't, you know, I don't know.
He was afraid of the consequences. Well, that was then and this was now, and now he's not scared anymore.
Because there's no regulation on crypto. He's like, so it's basically like scamming other people's credit cards, but it's crypto. And he's like, all right, I'm not fucking, I'm keeping the money. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. There was somebody.
Ultimately, this whole conversation between me and Ice ended with us just sort of going in circles. Me pointing out that what he was doing was ethically wrong. Him telling me that he agreed, but he essentially doesn't care. And I felt sort of like a failure afterwards, to be honest. I didn't achieve my goal of having Ice Poseidon return the money to his victims. However,
why would he return it because of you? We're not the law. I'm going to talk about it. He's not going to be like, well, gee golly, Rich of ReviewTechUSA is talking about it, so now I just have to. Of course, he knew that this was going to happen. He doesn't care.
However, a few hours afterwards, Ice Poseidon DM'd me one last time. He told me he wasn't going to give all the money back, but he was planning to give a little bit of it back, $155,000. Now, I want to be clear about this. Giving back $155,000 is better than nothing. It's good for the investors who hopefully will withdraw their money as soon as watching this video. But it's so obviously a last-minute Hail Mary for whatever is left of his reputation. It's kind of pathetic. I mean, to be clear, he's still keeping the bulk of the money. He knows that, and he knows that we know that.
Yeah, this is one other reason again. Yeah, Griffin Gaming, we were just talking about that. Well, it's almost the same thing with stocks too. Even I get they're regulated, and I know the shareholders. There's the company. It's in their interest to make you get a return, supposedly, even though stocks crash all the time too. It's all fucking rigged, man. Is what I was saying before. I'm invested in some stuff, but it's rigged. The house always fucking wins, whether it's a crypto, whether it's a stock. Whether it's, why would you like if I made a crypto and people invested in it, like, do not ever do that. Are you insane? You know, I could have had class. I could have been somebody instead of bum, which is what I am. But he's gonna, you know what though? But if you have no moral compass and like. What he did is fucking terrible, and it's gross. But I guess if you don't care, if you don't give a shit, and you know that your career on this platform, because it's essentially dead, I'm guessing. Lena, last time I saw him, he was still doing viable numbers. But I guess he's like, yo, now I'm set. I don't care. Goodbye. I invested in other coins. I invested in valid cryptos, which probably in a couple of years will blow up like Ethereum. And I'm good. Like I was saying, Griffin, it's like that girl who sells farts in the jar. She knows she's selling you a crock of shit, literally, and with nothing in it, because she may be farting in the jars, but what are you getting in that jar? And who are the weirdos that are buying her farts in the jar? But whatever, there must be plenty of them because she's probably going to be a millionaire because of it. Now she's selling fart NFTs because she went to the hospital because her ass couldn't keep up with it. But my point being is, like, if there's a legal loophole and you have no morality, like, you can become a millionaire.
Remember, this still leaves him with taking $200,000 from the project at the start, another $250,000 from the marketing wallet, which went basically nowhere, and then $300,000 from the liquidity pool, of which he's saying, okay, I'll return $155,000. I don't know what this is supposed to.
Yeah, so he left with $500,000
to demonstrate. Are people?
And from what I hear, he's not great at paying his taxes. So he's probably going to keep all that. Oh, God, man.
Supposed to all of a sudden applaud as he gives a small fraction of what he took. Except, wait a minute. I just checked. Ice Poseidon doesn't even seem like he can do that much. After DMing me, I went to the Telegram and his admin updated everyone and said, we just finished a buyback of over 120 BNB rocket emoji, which is not.
I hate the rocket emoji. Yeah, that's how you know a crypto is a scam. If there is a rocket emoji, you go in the opposite fucking direction. Because it's not a rocket, it's this.
At $155,000. It's only $40,000. Now, whether Ice Poseidon has actual plans to put the rest in or, oh my gosh, return the full amount, I really doubt it. It's just amazing to see that Ice seems to be doing this only because he got caught, sort of got interrogated for 30 minutes, and faces reputational damage, yet he still can't muster the moral courage, or at least fear, to return the small fraction of money he promised. And so to close this, look, I'll be honest.
He has no legal, this is why we have to have laws, because there's, like, I would feel like a piece of shit doing this. I'm not saying I'm the nicest guy on the planet, but I would never even fathom doing something like this. But there are many people like, wait, there's no repercussions to this? It may destroy other people, but I don't give a fuck. He literally said it before. I could return the money, but I'm not going to return the money. Because he doesn't have that moral compass. So this is where a law needs to step in to say you can't do that, or you will be repercussions, because 98% of the human race is like Ice Poseidon. I mean, shit, we still have insider trading with government officials, man. Couldn't think of it for a second. VeggieTales predicts, oh god, I would get copyright into oblivion, bro.
In my opinion, Ice Poseidon is not a good person. I don't think he regrets anything or feels bad about any of this. And I think the unfortunate conclusion many other influencers will come to when looking at this is that Ice, like Sam Pepper, has finally made it. He's succeeded in the influencer game. He's gotten away with it. Or has he? There may still be ways to prevent stuff like this from happening. There are two things you can really do. Number one, you can share this video so more people become aware of what Ice did and get more eyeballs on it. But two, if anyone was scammed by CXCoin and lost money, they can report their losses to icy3.gov, linked below. This is the FBI submission portal if you've been defrauded or wronged. And if enough people report things like this, there's a chance people will be brought to justice. I just hope it happens sooner than later. That way I'll stop hearing about how influencers like Sam Pepper made it. Until then, all I can do is report, dig, and investigate. That's all for now. I'm CoffeeZilla. Thanks for watching.
Interesting shit. All right, I'm going to stop this stream.
The famous live streamer...
And then come back so when people search for this, they just don't see me talking for 2 hours afterwards. Plus, I need to take a little break, too, like 5 minutes. So give me a little bit, and I'll be back in a little bit. And then I'll do a normal stream where I just stare at you and say shit.